This is me, Aishi, and this is the fourth part of the video of the previous video that I was recording about no more sugarcoating the truth. Yeah, and understanding what living an authentic life actually feels like. So that's the title of this video, right? So let's get into it. Let's jump into it. My camera just goes dark and light. See, the light has come back. It happens. My camera just wants to go dark and sometimes light. It chooses to act this way. So I'm using my laptop as I've written down some of the notes that I do not forget to read. Okay, because in my last video I have again skipped out some of the parts which I felt like it was necessary to explain. So here I am explaining them to you guys. Okay. So basically in last video, as I said, we were talking about intuition, right? We were talking about intuition. Sorry for that noise. So basically when I chose to follow my intuition this time, I was literally felt divinely protected. Okay, I was feeling that way, and yes, still now I feel I'm very much protected, divinely safe and blessed by the universe, by God, by the higher power. So that is how it is. And you guys, I'm not kidding, you wouldn't believe exactly as it happened in the dream. Like I was given a task, as I said, we were assigned a project like group activity, right, in that dream of treasure hunt. I guess I said that, of treasure hunt. And we were basically in this forest area wherein we had to collect some items and come back to the initial spot from where we started the game. So exactly the same type of game. 3 or 4 days after, okay, I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding. 3 or 4 days after, in my college, I go to college, and in a class, not that same teacher, not exactly how it happened, or we were not in a forest setting, obviously, but we were given a group project in the class. Imagine, and I wasn't even thinking or planning about this, okay? And you are telling me I do not foresee the future, and I'm not a psychic. At this point, no one is believing you, bro. Joke's on you if you choose to make fun of me or criticize me. Anyways, we gotta continue our journey, right? People will be people. We can't do anything with them. We can't change them, unfortunately. Anyways, so we were given a group activity, and thank God I participated first, and I didn't listen to. By the time we had this group project, before that, only 4 days before that, I cut them off, okay? Immediately have cut them off. Soon after I got this dream, 2 days after that, I cut them off. I just didn't interact with them from since that time. So it's been a week almost now, and so this group project just happened yesterday, and oh my God, I not yesterday. Wait, it happened on Monday, probably, and in the class, it didn't exactly play out the way it did in my dream, because obviously I changed the script. I didn't listen to anyone, like from them, especially those two people. I didn't listen to them, okay? I didn't follow their guidelines or anything. They didn't try to say me anything as well, and I was in the organizing team. Basically, I was arranging the game. So yeah, I won. Obviously, we were responsible for looking after the participants who were present in the game, and hopefully everyone was safe. So nothing like that misguidance happened because I chose to follow myself in reality instead of following that those motherfuckers words as I did in the dream. Thank God I didn't follow that. Thank God. In real life, I saved myself once again, which I'm so happy and proud of myself for. For the first time in my life, I don't feel bad after cutting people off. It just feels so much light, light and free. I didn't think I was this much happy before when I was with them. Truly, why am I feeling so happy and so high on energy levels? My energy has risen. Before if I used to be around them or talk to them too much, to those people, I would feel so drained in my energy. But now, ever since I've been meditating, I've been journaling, doing all sort of stuffs, right? My energy levels are back to the point where it was initially. My energy levels has significantly risen. Anyways, so that is what it was about the whole dream part, right? And now we will move on to one of the quotes that I was saying before ending the previous video, right? I was saying basically that you don't have to drink the whole ocean to know that the water is salty, right? So, the meaning of this quote I will read to you guys, okay? Just listen to me. Accept people for who they are, okay? For what they choose to show you is who they are truly, not the image, not the picture that you have created in your mind, and not the potential version that they might become. So that's the deeper meaning behind that quote. So you don't have to stick around for more years, more months, more days, hoping that this person will someday love you back or change, okay, or certainly start acting like they respect you and they do not want to lose you. They will not do it if they are not the person that you think in your head, that the image you have of them they are, but they are not that person in reality. So this is a very beautiful poem. I found it from an author. Like you can see, the name of the website is Medium. You can go and check out their quote. They post very good quotes with deeper meanings, and I love these type of quotes always. So basically, the author has written that there is a certain kind of peace that comes when you stop trying to mold someone into the person you have imagined them to be. Truly, that's so true. It's like letting go of a sandcastle you have been building, realizing that no matter how carefully you carve the turrets, the ocean waves will still come and reshape it into whatever form it desires. Hence, the lines are very clear just now, as I explained to you guys, that when you try to, when you meet someone, initially you go through the honeymoon phase with them, right? You talk to this person, you feel like you're connecting on deep levels, okay? You start clicking with each other, you think that this is your person, you have found the one, you have met your best friend or the love of your life, something like that. Okay, then slowly they start showing their true colors after a few months of getting to know them. So you try to change them. At first you try to mold them into um, a shape that they are not, basically, because you have to realize that this is not your dream person first of all. Okay, if this was your dream person, you wouldn't feel the urge to change or mold them into something they are not. You have to move on and realize that your dream person will already be your dream come true, and not something that you have to pick a project on and choose to carve it, shape it, build the beer. Okay, building the beer, or basically have to build them into something that you want them to be, but they are not that person. So what we are doing here is we are basically projecting our own desires of how we are and how we would act, behave, or react if we were in that person's place. That is what we are projecting on that blank canvas, that is the other person. It happens when there is a lack of information regarding the other person. That person might be very like kind of mischievous type, or they prefer not to talk much about themselves. It leaves a lot of blank, you see, to fill in the places that they haven't filled. And that's when you start projecting and filling in the blanks with your own potential and desires onto this person. And that's what they have said in this line. There is a certain kind of peace that comes when you stop trying to mold someone to the person you have imagined them to be. I will continue the poem now. So, I once held onto the idea of you, not who you were, but who I thought you could be. It's funny, isn't it? How we paint people with colors they have never shown, hoping they will turn into the version that fits perfectly within the frame we have built in our minds. I thought I saw potential, something hidden beneath the layers you kept showing me. Maybe you would change if I just waited, or loved you hard enough, or tried to heal you more, or fix you more with my words of wisdom. Okay, the poet hasn't said this, like, the poet just ended the line from, if maybe you would change if I just waited or loved you hard enough. For me, yes, I did this too. I waited. I thought that if I send them love from a distance, praying on them to change, or hoping they will change someday and love me. If I love them hard enough, they will love me back, right? More. And if I try to heal them by saying my words of wisdom, maybe someday they will, become that version who truly loves me for and sees me for who I am, right? And I do not have to, like, you know try to change them, but accept them finally as who they are, because I love the picture that's standing in front of me, because I see my own reflection and not just someone else's reflection in the mirror. But yeah, basically I thought I was looking at my own reflection when I saw this person. It was like they were a mirror to me, but slowly the mirror thing was an illusion. Okay, and when the veils were lifted, the mirror started showing pictures that was not a reflection of me, that was not me. So this is so beautiful. Okay, it's getting deep. I love this, reading poems with you guys. I love this. Okay, we should do this often. Okay, so continue with the poem. But people aren't unfinished canvases. They don't change because we hold the brush and expect them to turn into masterpieces. You showed me your colors early on, shades of stubborn habits and flaws I didn't want to acknowledge. I kept myself telling that it was temporary, that you were a work in progress, as I said, a project in progress, okay, that you were building, that I could inspire you to be more. I was wrong. The truth was there, plain as day. You are who you are, and that person with all their habits, both the charming and the maddening, is exactly who you have chosen to be. Hoping for you to change was like standing in the middle of a desert, expecting rain because the sky looked a little cloudy. Sure, rain could fall, but what are the odds? Slim to none. And there is a certain sadness to that realization. This is so heartbreaking, guys. I'm gonna cry after this video. But also a release. Also a release, right? Accepting people for who they are means letting go of the illusion that they will morph into something else for your sake. You can't hold on to a dream of someone and expect them to live up to it. It's like grasping at smoke, watching it slip through your fingers while you convince yourself there's still something solid to hold on to. So, this is so. This is, man, the best poems, one of the best poems that I have, like, about the whole meaning behind this quote I have ever read. One of the best. One of the best quotes and one of the best description to that quote. It almost felt like it was a poem. I would say this is a poem, not felt like it's a poem, because it can be such a nice poem. I mean, like, so beautiful. Yes. See, that's confirmation. Divine confirmation outside. The crackers are bursting as we have Navratri coming on soon for us in India. If you guys are from India, namaste. I don't know where you guys are from, but anyways, if you're from India, let's meet. Okay, so moving on to the next sequence, right? So there are two laws that I mentioned in the previous video as well. First one was use absence to create respect and honor, right? To increase your value, basically, to increase your respect and honor. So what it means is that too much circulation of your presence, of everything that you share, your experiences, thoughts, whatever, okay? Too much presence make your value kind of go down around people, okay? It happens. It's weird how it is like these days, but this generation, it is like this. The more you are seen and heard from, the more common you appear to the people, okay? If you are already established in a group, temporary withdrawal from it will make you more talked about, even more admired. You must learn when to leave. Create value through scarcity. Scarcity makes people value you and miss you more. It does, because it creates this psychologically, it creates this kind of loop of you one day, for example, you're showing up when you are a part of a famous group in the school or in the college, okay? Basically, you are that popular guy or girl, or even if you are not popular but you want to be famous and popular, listen to me. If you are just part of a big group of friends, do this one thing sometimes: show up intentionally when you want to show up and you think it's important, and then don't show up when you don't want to show up, or maybe you are busy and you think it's not really important for you to be there. just don't show up. Okay, be on your, don't make this whole thing fake. Like, don't fake that you are not coming willingly. Do it willing, do it in a willingly way where you really have some valid, genuine reasons that you are working on, or you may be working on yourself. You have a job, you have your own secret hobbies, stuffs and habits that you do every day that makes you a better person. Okay, the best version of yourself, basically. So have all those hobbies, all those daily routines, make it a point to yourself to show up for yourself first. And if you haven't showed up for yourself first, do not be there with others then. Do not come up unprepared. Make sure you are prepared whenever you show up in the public, especially. You can use that, because that really, you have the idea then when you go into the public context, key, who are the people that I need to talk to, who will give me any personal, like position, high position, power. Who are the people who are worth spending my time and energy with, because the connections I have with them are deep, meaningful, they are not just shallow surface level. And who are the people that I need to avoid, because they are surface level. They might find you cute, but you're not dating here just for the face, for the looks, or you're not dating with people just because you are intelligent, or you are cute, or smart, or pretty. Those are all your external features. Okay, what matters is what is inside your heart. So build that, build your character, build your mindset, build your value system, build on those, work on those, and automatically you will be a lot, feel a lot less attractive to the people who only connect with you on that superficial level of you. They like your features, they like your, intelligence, or all that. They find you beautiful, attractive, and fine. Okay, but I'm not just here because I'm beautiful. I'm more than that, I'm beyond that. And you will, one thing which is good about this is you will also stop attracting just superficial, even toxic relationships, wherein the guy just want to be with you because of your body. He loves your body but not your mind, what is there inside your mind. Real people, right? Real people, not fake people like this. They would like to talk about not other people or judge them. Real people who actually are very intelligent, they are very smart, they are very respectful and honorable people. They genuinely connect with and bond with people who have that same depth and level of understanding as them. Okay, they are more attracted to intelligence, they are more attracted to not the superficial features, not how you talk to, not how you look. Okay, not what you wear, not what perfume you have used. Yeah, perfumes, it can attract, okay, a lot of people, but sometimes you also attract a lot of wrong people instead of the right people. So they don't care about what you wear, what you do, what you say. They care more about how you actually apply the words, the wisdom that you speak about or talk to them about. Okay, my camera, I'm so sorry for the extra lighting. Like, it's okay. Never mind. I hate the lighting. Okay, but never mind. What can we do? So, anyways, psychologically, even in a group setting, okay, not just in dating settings. Yeah, your choices As you change your own habits, you start loving yourself more, you start appreciating your own intelligence, your own mind, and the beauty of your mind, right? You also start attracting people who also sees the beauty of your mind, and they acknowledge you for who you are truly within, and not just you what you are or wear superficially on the outside, and then just want your body and just to want to be under your pants. No, that's not the type of guys we are trying to attract here. Those are wrong people, okay? Wrong individuals, toxic ones. We gotta scare them off. So that's why being authentic here is very important. When you do this, make sure you're doing it from a place of authenticity where you're genuinely invested in yourself very much, and you respect your own time, your own energy, your own values, and you have a lot of other better things to do, better places to be, better people to meet in your life, and not just the group of people that you usually talk to. Okay, make sure you are well, like, connected to yourself, to your inner self, to your higher self, and also to God. That is more important than being connected to the superficial things like news, television, beauty features, habits. Yeah, you can have them. You can read a magazine, you can go watch a television, you can watch your phone, your mobile phone. Every news information about the outside world you will get anywhere, literally. It has become so cheap. People can literally, they don't have to even pay for that, right? To get the information about what is currently going on in the world. But when it comes to the inner world, not the external world, or the inner world, that's when we lack some information, and that's where, when we lack that information about ourselves, we end up in situations in social context and also in dating context where it is completely unfavorable, unwanted, and unlikely of what we want to attract in life, right? Why that happens? Because we are not yet the version of ourselves that we want to attract in other people. That's why you need to become first the version of you who has all those, you know, characteristics within your heart, mind, soul, and body, wherein you have all the intelligence and you live by them. You live up to your own words of advices and wisdom, and you're not just not, you know, showing yourself off in the public because you have a lot of money, status, or power, or success, or love, or anything as such. You are doing it because someone out there seeing you will also be motivated and inspired to achieve their dreams and goals in life just like you are doing it, right? That's the motive. We just dress to impress ourselves as well. We dress to, you know, present ourselves in a way that will please our soul and not just the society. So that's how you increase your, you know, respect and honor. Use absence, be intentionally, authentically absent sometimes, because distance creates this loops of, okay, she is not always going to be, he or she is not always going to be available on whenever I call them randomly. So this will automatically dodge off all the wrong people who are like into partying clubs, dating many people at a time, okay? Because first of all, these kind of people, dating, partying people, they always want you around. They want constant external validation to feel they are like something because of their low self-esteem and low self-concept. They depend on others and even on substance abuse as well, to basically feel like they are something and they are a part of the society. So let them, okay, let them feel that way. because it's the ego, it's not the soul speaking to you, it's the ego speaking to you. And you do not have to or need to fix anyone's ego issues or even attract them. You do not want to be with them on the longer run, because as soon as you start seeing their ego issues, that is automatically unattractive. Okay, even if you are a very good looking person, very magical person, okay, doesn't matter. If you have ego issues, if you have low self-esteem, low self-concept, automatically after a few days you will go down in the eyes of another person. Your value will decrease instead of increasing in other people's eyes. May it be in dating or may it be in group settings, making networking, making friends, context, okay, whatever that is. So basically being available sometimes when you feel like you want to show up and you really need to be there, because there is something about the work that you do or the skills that you have or the knowledge you have about the matter, about the subject of the matter, that you need to be there in the group, because only you can provide the best solution for that group if they are in a problem. Okay, and hence you show up and you earn the earn your name earn your name of love, respect, okay, admiration from people from your community. That's how you use these laws to mind me, bear with me, sorry, why am I saying mind me, bear with me, you guys. Let's go on to the next law. Keep others in suspended terror. Cultivate an air of unpredictability. People like uncertainty, they like mysteriousness, which is kind of not healthy in dating context, but there is also a healthy way to look at this, but wherein, like, it is good that you are unpredictable, that your actions are not always, very much predictable, because it makes it harder for you to succeed in life or win in life. If people know every next move that you will make, every next action or step that you will take, your chances of winning, success rate in life is really low then. Yeah, because you are very predictable. People already know what kind of move or step or thinking you will come up with, solution that you will come up with, and they might try to copy your idea. They might, even before you present your idea you know, to the people who need it, right? They might, like, people will try to somehow stop you, from winning. Your enemies will already know what to attack on, because you have given them the ideas, the clues about what you're working yourself on. Maybe you're working on your intelligence, your character, your mindset. You already show them even before you have leveled up actually and grown in that aspect, okay, in that aspect of life. What happens is now they are trying to go every single where that you are gonna make a move there, and they will take on the spot even before you grab it. That happens. Okay, so that's what it is basically about. I will explain it in brief. Humans are creatures of habit with an insatiable need, satiable need, not satiable, insatiable need to see familiarity in other people's actions. As I told you, you are not your, I say this like your. Okay, your predictability gives them a sense of control. Turn the tables, okay? Be deliberately unpredictable. Do the opposite of what you were initially planning to do. This works especially if you have seen in the detective movies or stories, crime scenes, where just the the criminal already knows what kind of investigation the police is going to do, right? And it somehow tries to what you say, steal the evidence or destroy the evidence before the investigators or the police officers find out. Okay, so that action is very predictable. But now if the investigators and police officers try not to do anything to catch the criminal but let the criminal come to them, let the enemy come to you instead of you going there by yourself. Attract them, okay? Lure them. Lure, L-U-R-E. Lure them into coming to you. Have no other choice left but to come to you. That is an unpredictable move because obviously the criminal offender will expect you to be desperate, to be in need of catching the thief, catching the criminal on spot, to earn the reward, and that gain the validation in people's eyes, in society's eyes. Okay, whatever that is, but not just gain validation but give justice to people, right, who has done the crime. So but if the police makes an unpredictable move, the investigators choose to turn the tables by acting in a way that is making the criminal kind of spiral down into thinking, what are they planning to do? I don't know. I don't know what to attack on because they're not doing anything with the evidence. They have kept it there and it's still not being searched. It's still not, the police are not coming to catch me. Why? So make the criminal go crazy. Behavior that seems to have no consistency or purpose will keep the criminal off balance. Okay, and they will wear themselves out. Wear in the sense tire themselves out trying to explain your moves. Taken to an extreme, this strategy can intimidate and even terrorize your criminal offender, as the example that I have given to you in this police case investigation. Okay, police and criminal offender investigation. I love crime series. There's always a fancy, and not just a fancy, but the human minds are attracted to solving mysteries, and hence this criminal will now be in a fancy of trying to solve the mystery himself instead of the police trying to solve the mystery, because the police already knows what he's going to do. But who is unsure here is the criminal, because he doesn't know what the police is basically up to or doing. It is unpredictable anytime, and this police can come and catch him. And this criminal has no other choice but to withdraw, surrender. That's what I mean. That's why it's funny. It's very interesting. It's funny. It's very interesting. And yes, it is very lively, joyful. I always wanted to be in law or the crime scene, you can say, but fortunately I am in psychology, and I also study law for my own just for my own pleasure sake. Anyways, just any day, not just for my own sake or pleasure, any day anything can happen, right? And what if I am on a crime scene, and what if I need to stand up for justice? I will be the one advocating for myself then. I don't know why I'm talking to you guys about this, but anyways, whatever. Okay, so one more point was in the second part of this video that I have left. Okay, part 2. So that is where the context of this topic I have picked up to clear it. make it clear to you guys about the whole point that I was speaking of. When you attach yourself too much to someone, like especially in dating, what happens is now you do not know how to feel safe without that thing in your life, without that person. Okay? Because you start doubting your worth, you go in a downward spiral, you maybe start saying things, negative things to yourself, like I absolutely deserve this, like absence, whatever happened to me, I am the one to blame. When, for example, let's say you and your partner got into a fight, into a very big conflict, and automatically, if you are an anxiously attached person, you start blaming yourself. You start going in that downward spiral where you victimize or yourself, or even blame yourself, like because of you, because you were too sensitive or you were too needy, the other person has left. But it's not like that. You were not being too needy or too sensitive. Your needs, I need you to understand, when you are an anxiously attached person, your needs matter. Okay? Your needs are important. It is very much valid and it matters. And you need to learn first how to take care of your own needs before you go into dating some other person. You need to make sure you are really well taking care of your own needs. You are making your own decisions and you're not letting other people decide for you ki what your next actions or what your behavior or what your actions, or you can say what your needs should be like. You cannot let the other person decide for you. You have to decide it for yourself. So make sure you work on your self concept, you work on your self-worth, because low self-worth usually leads to this anxiously attached, you can say anxious attachment style of group of people. Okay, so people like them always think things like, when someone meets me, at first they like me, but then at the end they always leave me behind. These people also start blaming their own circumstances or even blaming themselves that this conflict, their partner leaving them, is their fault. It's happening because they were too needy and they were coming off as too sensitive. But it's totally the opposite in reality. Okay, you will see it by the end of this video how. Okay, so anxiously attachment style people, they let others decide their worth, their value, and that's where they lose their own power, their own value, and their own energy. Okay, in life, you are giving away your power by those things that have happened outside you. But life is not about what happens to you or with you. Okay, life is about what you choose to do with the things that has happened to you, what you choose to do with the experiences that has happened to you, and how you respond to them now. Make sure that is right, make sure that is different from what or how you have acted or behaved in the past. So you have to realize that at the end of the day, when you look at yourself in the mirror, there is no one else to, you know, make them, blame them, but look at the role that you are playing in your own suffering in life, right? So if you are the one who is suffering, you need to ask yourself this question: where am I giving away too much of my power and energy onto things and people that actually don't even know their own worth, or they don't even value me, love me, or see me for who I am truly. Because if they did, and someone who is really sure about my worth, they will also reflect it with their actions, not just with their love bombing words, but their presence, with the emotional presence, and with their emotional intelligence during times of conflict. They will be there for me. They will show up for me the way I show up in my relationships, right? When I'm a secure attachment style person, the way a secure attachment style person shows up when they are in love is very different from the way an avoidant person shows up or an anxiously attached person shows up. So if you want to become more secure, you need to start working on your, mother father owns. You do shadow work, start healing your inner child, especially because healing your inner child is basically giving your childhood version of you the love, attention, and care that it didn't receive or was neglected from the childhood, okay, by their parents. And basically what happens now in dating experiences, you try to recreate those same dynamics as whenever your parents weren't available for you, they weren't there for you when you wanted or needed them. You start choosing those type of partners as well without your knowledge. Okay, it happens at first without your knowledge, wherein you get trapped in these kind of relationships where and your partner do not even want to take responsibility or accountability for your well-being, right? They don't want to see if you are doing bad or you are not well, or even versus they don't even care about most of your needs. Maybe you are going through some hard times and hard situations, and if you are in relationship with a avoidant person, being an anxious person, it is very hard. And the only solution left here is to get unstuck from this avoidant anxious trap, is quitting, breaking up the relationship, because it's not healthy, it's never going to be resolved. The best thing is, if it's too extreme, all of the emotional highs and lows, it's best to leave, because it's going to be toxic and it's going to be abuse, it's not going to be love. Talking from an experience of a person who has herself been in toxic and abusive relationships, so take it when I say it to you. Take the advice, and if you don't want to, well, then it's on you, not on me. Anyways, so back to the point. Why would you let someone that doesn't even know their own worth or power, or they don't even have their own self-esteem, define your worth or your power or what you deserve, or let them tell you what you do not deserve, or let them define basically who you are or who you will be in future? Because ask yourself this question truly, reflect, okay? You do this shadow work questions that I'm giving to you right now, all of these questions that I have just now shared with you guys. The next question is, there is no next question, okay, never mind. That was the last one, okay. Now I have just explained, because someone who is not sure about their own worth will most definitely make you question your worth as well. And that's why when you are in these toxic relationships, the uncertainties this people giving to you, like the mixed signals, right? Like one day you feel like this person actually likes you, the next day you are just like, why are they not talking to me then? It's because they themselves are not safe with closeness, with intimacy. They have this fear of vulnerability, they have the fear of intimacy because they're afraid of being rejected, okay, not being, feeling worthy to be loved by you. Deep down, this is how an avoidant person feels, okay? Deep down, they don't feel like they are worthy or deserving of the love that you give to them. That's why they choose to pull away. And the harsh truth here is, you might think that if I just love them more, if I just wait for them or stick around them even for some more time, some more few more years, maybe they will change. Let me break it down to you. They do not change. You cannot change anyone's personality if it's in their character. They will keep acting and behaving and showing up the way they are presently doing with you. And that is why the quote that I have said earlier, learn to accept people for who they are when they truly show you their colors. Accept them, believe them at first, so that you do not go on painting a picture, a potential of the image that they are not in reality, because that is an illusion basically. You hoping or waiting for them that someday they will love you back just as much as you are trying to fix them or love them back is not the truth. That is how, in fact, you show them that no matter how they choose to act with you now, they will be unavailable to you. They will not listen to your needs. Even after you saying or talking an open conversation about your needs, about your decisions in life, they still choose to either criticize you, devalue you, okay, devalue your intelligence, everything, and other aspects of your life, okay. They basically do not show up for you emotionally at all. They are choose to choosing to do this, okay, and they will continue to do this for the rest of their life, unless and until you completely leave and let go of that relationship, break up with them. And do not break up with the thought of you will get back with them or get back together someday, and you, because they have healed themselves or something. Because toxic people like them, yes, they act very toxic, does not mean that inherently they are a bad person or they are very toxic. It's not like that. It's just that the childhood neglect, abuse that they have gone through, if they are not willing by themselves to take responsibility and accountability to work and heal all those wounds and insecurities and their own face their own emotions from the childhood which are unresolved, right? If they are not willing to do the inner work and really improve their self concept, self image, and everything, just like you are doing, and you're trying to move away, move on from this relationship, you're doing the work, internal work. If they are not willing to do that, your partner, you need to realize that it's a very big sign for you to leave, for you to quit that. No matter how much you love them, they're not going to change just because you love them. That is the harsh truth. Okay, so stop internalizing their doubt as coming from you, okay, because they will make you doubt, obviously, about where you stand in their life, whether you are really important to them or not, whether they even love you or not, think about you or not. The truth is, yes, about an avoidant person, they do love you, they do care about you, but they will choose to act the opposite of how much deeply they love you or want you. No matter how much deeply they love you, they will still choose to act the opposite of that, okay. So stop telling yourself stories that are not going to fetch you anywhere in life, right? And you need to stop internalizing their doubts and insecurities as well as yours. The doubt, you have to recognize it. It's not coming from you. And at this point, when you are in a relationship with an avoidant, whether you are a secure attached person, you yourself, or whether you are an anxiously attached person, you need to understand this doubt is basically stemming from that other person. When you are a secure attachment style, but yes, when you are an anxiously attached person, the doubt sometimes maybe also can come from you about what is your worth. Because if you do not yourself know what is your worth, and your worth is not really coming from you getting into a relationship with any person on this earth, or even you achieving something, more success, more love or power, your worth is not coming from any of those things that you have in life. Your worth is solely coming from God, from the way you choose to, you know, act with people, the way you choose to behave, the choices and decisions that you make in your life. That is what your worth is. Okay, that will reflect your worth, because the choices and actions you make is activating the future versions of you already in the present. Crazy to think it like this, but it is the truth, right? So make sure that, where was I? Okay. Make sure you recognizes all the doubts, fears and insecurities that are coming up when you are in this relationship. Being in this kind of relationship is very beautiful opportunity for you to work on yourself and every aspect of you. Okay, so take this time, use it to heal yourself. Okay, to know, be very clear about what you are worthy of, and then you can leave and walk away with respect and no guilt about leaving that person behind, because they were no longer serving your highest good. So that's how it is. Because once you get clear on the thing that you deserve more than whatever is being given to you right now, and you have gained the courage to leave out of self-respect and out of true self-love, and walk away from something that no longer serves your peace, your happiness, your clarity and your truth and purpose in this lifetime, you have once more discovered, not discovered, but you are just remembering of how much worthy you already were, with or without this person. Even before you met them, you were already worthy, okay, of everything that you believe you deserve and want to achieve in this lifetime. You are already worthy, because if you weren't, you wouldn't be dreaming about having these things and people in your life, that you're dreaming about right now. The way that you can, dream about it already shows that it's because you think that you deserve it. It's because you think that you are worthy of it, of having this thing in your life. That's why when we our self concept is weak or low, that's why we choose the wrong type of love, right? Because our concept itself is wrong. So that's how it explains that quote. uh, what was the movie of the name? There was a famous dialogue like, why do we choose to date or fall in love with the wrong people? So basically we choose to be in love with people that we think we deserve. What was the name of this? Percy Wallpaper, something like Wallpaper or something. Movie name was that, I don't know. Emma Watson was staring in this movie. So the famous dialogue from that movie, if you have heard, why do we choose to date with the wrong people? So a boy basically asks this question to an old man. Okay, the man replies that we accept the love that we think we deserve. So again, the love that you have with yourself and with God will be a direct mirror, a direct reflection of the partners that you attract in your life, and the love that you, and the relationship and love that you create with themselves, with them. Okay, and that's why sometimes we may choose the wrong guy, because our self concept somewhere was not wholly maybe aligning when you are still an anxiously attached person. Okay, but if you have already moved on towards working, and you have moved on towards working as a securely attached person, you are now a securely attached individual, and still you can attract this kind of people. Okay, I'm not saying that when you actually heal yourself and you have been working on yourself for a long time, that you will never attract the wrong guys, the wrong type of people. You will still attract them. It makes the chances even higher now of you attracting the wrong individuals, individuals that you do not want to be with, right? It's not because something is wrong with you now, though, but it's now because you are such a light. It's like moth to a flame. You know the Weekend song, "The Moth to a Flame." That is how it is. It means that you being such a light and love, kind and wise being on this planet, you will attract the opposite. That is the darkness. And sometimes you attract it through other people. That is the darkness. But you need to use your discernment. That's why in these dating cases, especially, because soon after, whether you realize it or not, after dating an individual, their habits, their concept, the way they regulate their emotions, the way they regulate their nervous system, everything becomes a part of you. Everything they do becomes also a reflection of you, because you will start identifying yourself, how the other person loves you. Based on that, you will also start identifying yourself, like, okay, this is what I am capable of, this is only what I deserve. Maybe they are giving you only this much of love when you give them so much. Slowly what happens is, when they are, let's take two glasses of, okay, I would like to do this experiment. I'm coming back. Okay, so this glass, okay, I'm getting an interesting urge to explain. There is a candle, right? I'm pouring some water here. Basically, this is you when you initially made them, right? This is you, full glass of water. Now this person chooses to misbehave with you and throwing the water. Okay, they chose to give you very, like, you pour into them this much. You are an anxious person, you fall into dating with an avoidant. Okay, what happens is, you pour into the cup, so you pour out. Now you are left with this, your half. Okay, half the glass. Okay, you try to, they misbehave again, they don't show up for you, this avoidant person. Okay, they dismiss your values and needs. What you do, you choose to heal them, fix them, and pour some more love into them, in their cup. Okay, so now this is who you are, this is what you're left with, this. Now again, they don't come and show up for you for like the next 1 week, but you still go back to them being so understanding. I understand you had some family issues, you had some this issues, that issues, that's why it was so painful, it was so sad, you couldn't show up for me. Basically, you again pour into them, right? Now this is you, this is where what was before when you met them, and now this is you, broken, left with nothing in your cup, empty cup. So this is what you cannot do. That's why, because you will be left empty at the end. If you choose to fall in love with broken people, you will be left with broken love, because God doesn't give you broken love, okay? And He never made you broken. Stop acting like love is broke, or love has broken you. It's people who has broke you. It is people who have chose to give you this broken love. And that's why you think all you are capable of, all you are deserving of, is this broken love. But God hasn't created you like this. He has made you full, whole, and a complete being with so much love, care, and respect. And learn and try to live up to that God's love, respect, and care that He has put into you to create you, to make you. Right? So this was an example. And let me just drink some water, filling up my own cup. Okay. Now I can speak. Okay, so where were we? Realize that you are worthy of so much more. If someone has broken your heart, realize that your heart was never broken. You are always whole and complete, even after this person has chose to act with you in a very disrespectful manner or whatever manner, okay, they have chosen to show up for you. It's a very much reflection on their part and nothing really about you now. For you to question yourself, for you to doubt yourself, or for you to think that you do not deserve better or more, because you deserve better and you are worthy of so much more. And once you realize that there's no going back to the things and situations which no longer makes you feel safe to speak your and good about yourself in life, to speak your own truth to them, your own needs and values to them, okay, to the partner that you are dating, that's where you need to quit, because quitting that relationship will surely raise your self-esteem, because all this time you were identifying yourself with that person's trauma, with that person's insecurities, with that person's attachment style. So now that that insecurity, that problem is gone, there is no longer any problem. You were never the problem. This person, this was the problem. Okay? They were the problem. And when the problem has left, thank God the problem has left. Okay? Just be like this. Thank God you were a problem. You have left. I'm so happy. I'm so free. I'm so light. I'm so fulfilled. I'm so back into myself. My spark is coming back. My faith in God is coming back. Okay? I am coming back to myself to become my own safe space. I am giving everything that I deserve to myself. What is it that I need from you now when you are already such a complete, whole, independent, respectful, abundant, rich, beautiful, lovely woman in yourself, and you love yourself truly? What else do you expect when you are in relationship with a man? The minimum you expect from them is them treating you like a queen, is them treating you right, is them treating you well, it's them treating you the way you deserve to be treated, with respect, with care, with love, right? The same way that you give it to yourself. That's all you will expect. So when you have truly become a securely attached person now, you will realize that your self-esteem, that which, wait, No, no, no. Okay. The way that you have given your self esteem in someone else's hand and putting yourself in that process at the mercy of someone else love, you will realize that you no longer need to beg for what you already deserve. Okay, you no long you no longer have to beg for what you already you deserve, because you yourself give it to yourself so much more. The love that I'm talking about. Okay, being loved and respected is the bare minimum. Okay, it is your birthright, and you shouldn't have to beg or fight or keep asking for it and then feel guilty about asking for more, and then feel guilty about just being your authentic self to someone that didn't deserve you. Okay, because see, people who are living an insecure, average, mediocre life will always make you feel like you are asking for more, you are asking for too much that they couldn't give. And yes, it is true, because these people who have a lot of traumas, insecurities, and who have chosen still to love them, love all of the broken pieces in them, you need to realize that people like this cannot give you the love that you actually deserve, and the love that you're so much capable of, even beyond that you imagine or think that you are capable of in this lifetime, right? That kind of love I'm talking about. So you are not asking for more, you're just asking in the wrong place. You need to realize that these people cannot match the love you give to yourself. Well, then, too bad. They're simply not meant for you, they're simply not your person. As harsh as the truth sounds, but I'm no longer sugarcoating the truth or trying to romanticize someone's avoidance and absence and then calling it love, because that is abuse. That is freaking fucking bad insecure attachment style, and that is childhood neglect, abusive trauma insight about that other individual person, okay, that you have chosen to date with, and that is anything else but not love. Okay, it is not. So stop trying to give love the bad name, the toxic labels, because that is abuse that you have gone through and not really love. Okay, real love doesn't look like this: you begging, you fighting, them begging, or them not showing at all, showing up for you at all, like them not even caring if they lose you with their actions, with their terrible actions, words, and behaviors. That is not love, baby. That is toxicity. You are in a toxic relationship. You are in an abusive relationship, if that is the case that is going on. Okay, and the universe is not on a budget, so you are allowed to ask for more without feeling guilty or shameful about it, because when you are so much more, of course you will expect more. And that's why now having high quality standards protects you from low quality experiences. After you have learned to heal yourself into moving towards an securely attached person who truly love themselves very much authentically, and keeps, you are a person who keeps your own promises to yourself, and you always show up for yourself, so obviously you will expect a person like that as well for you, right? So that's how it is. It's because there's a future parallel version of you who is already living in that reality of you having more, and you are not meant for an average life. That pain, that toxicity, abuse, and struggles and suffering, that is in the past now. that is no longer your present, and that is no longer your future either. Okay, so all the things that you have went through, you have not come this far in your life to just end up suffering more, because you need to realize that you have quit the survival mode already. There's nothing left from that past now that you're still needing to, you know, convince yourself that your fears are true, or convincing yourself that people's judgments and criticisms about you thinking too highly of yourself are true. Because people will criticize you at this point. You just need to know if they are giving a shit about your life, that is what says a lot about them, really, at this point, okay? Nothing about you. And it's because you are meant for more that you will receive so much hate, so much criticism, and you will get into so much abusive and toxic relationships. It's exactly why those heartbreaking, painful experiences are important for you to, you know, unlock this high, more authentic, more powerful, you can say more powerful, more successful versions of you who already has everything that you have been dreaming of. That's high, rich, millennial life, okay? That is what I'm talking about here. So you need to understand that you are coming out of this phase of struggling, isolation, suffering 100 times better than all of the nasty experiences have been put in there as a strategy in your life by God to refine you, okay, to redefine you into this new, authentic, and highest version of yourself that you have become today. Diamonds are formed under pressure, okay? They're refined, they're reshaped, they're reformed, but it still shine bright and smooth like a diamond. And if you want to shine like a diamond, that's why you need to realize you have gone through all of these heartbreaking experiences, because you were capable. God has trusted you and put so much faith in you because He knew that you would make it, you would come till this point, you would be able to overcome all of those storms, all of those obstacles will be nothing to you because you will rise above them. So it is very powerful, okay, as I'm reading this. And from when you hit the rock bottom, you realize that there is nothing left for you to lose now, right? In the past, you have realized this. When you hit the rock bottom, you had no one left basically to come and tell you that, hey, this is not the end, you deserve more. Your story is not ending here, okay? If it's not okay, then it's not the end. Nobody was there to tell me all these words, but I am saying this to myself here right now in the presence of you guys in this video, that having nothing left to lose means having more and everything left to gain now. Because whatever it is that you have gone through in life, you are coming out at a much better position from where you started. Really remind yourself, how far have you come? Just look at yourself, okay? Look at all those days where you thought you wouldn't make it, you wouldn't survive another day, you wouldn't see the light of the day tomorrow, but you have seen the light of the day today, yesterday, as well tomorrow. And every day you kept showing up for yourself, validating yourself, putting yourself on a high pedestal instead of putting other people on a high pedestal in your life. You have been consistent with yourself regardless of who was clapping for you. You did not do it for the audience, you did not do it for the praise or validation. You have solely done it for yourself to become the best version of you, because you owe it to yourself to become the best ever and highest authentic version of you that you always dreamed of. Okay, so now you are at this point where, see, you are no longer afraid to speak your truth, to unveil your powers to the world, that which you have kept hidden for so long. You're no longer sugarcoating your words to make it digestible and palatable for other people or people pleasing them, to keep yourself small, to play small by acting like you don't know your own gifts, talents, and powers in life, because God knows, God saw you even when you were doing that. But God decided that He has created you to act like and become like the version of you who thinks of themselves highly and who only speaks of themselves highly, and who also shows up for themselves highly in all regards. So your words act like commands, okay, to your subconscious mind. That's why you gotta be careful about what you speak and how you speak to yourself, because the internal dialogue and the way that you think about yourself will reflect on how you treat others, how others treat you as well. And when you start speaking your truth from your heart, that's how you change your life, by bending your reality to obey your commands. And it's not magic and it's not logic, okay, but it's you giving yourself the commands that is creating your own reality as the dream life that you are living in. It's you learning to be the author and main character of your own story and taking control over your own life through your own thoughts, through your own actions, through your own choices, through your own words and decisions, and not letting anyone else have any right to say or have any right to control over the choices, decisions, emotions, actions, and thoughts that you make for yourself in life now. Not your parents, not your friends, not your partner, except for you and Aishi, and except 100% just you have the right and control over your own mind, your own life, your own thoughts, and your own responses, and the way you deal with other people's, you know, the way you deal with the experiences, the way you deal with the experiences that life gives to you. That's how you reclaim your power back, by no longer letting things outside you that has happened once, letting that control or navigate where you will go in future, or define who you are or who you will end up becoming or being in this lifetime. No, you do not let your circumstances or anything outside you define what you can or cannot do in life, because you work against your circumstances to make things work for you and not against you. Okay? Because making things work against you is you being in a victim mode. You thinking that you deserve, all that you deserve is this low life. when you are struggling, when you are in isolation, right? But you do not. That's not true. That's an illusion. This victim mindset, this blaming mindset, this was all an illusion, basically. A strategy of giving you these experiences directly from God, from the higher sources of power in your life, to make you realize you are beyond the experiences that you're going through. And you will come out shining so freaking smooth, bright, and happy, and radiant, and light, and alive, more alive than you were before, and more true to yourself and your boundaries, and more authentic to yourself and your boundaries than you had been before. God knew this. That's why He chose you. He chose you, special candidate, to surpass all of the things that never had any control or power over you to begin with, for them to claim them as yours. You are yours before you are anyone else's in life, okay? Always remember that. I always say this to myself: I am mine, I am my own, I am my own safe space, I am my own love before I am anyone else's in this life, okay? That's why, that's what these words matter too. The way you are speaking these words to yourself is seen as affirmations, or even the words that you speak, right, holds so much power over you and your reality, because your words, thoughts are creating and manifesting your reality every single day. And that's why you need to be careful that you are only speaking from a place of love, from a place of highness, from a place of growth, from a place of authenticity, from a place of fearlessness, from a place of shamelessness, from a place of high vibrational frequencies, basically. And letting yourself feel, not fulfill, wait, letting yourself feel all of the broad, full spectrum emotions, full range of emotions, and not just put these high vibrational emotions that I just now mentioned on a pedestal. No, that's what not I'm saying you to do. It's not like you will never feel sad, you're never allowed to feel broken or alone. That's not the truth. Sometimes, yes, you will feel all of those feelings. It's very much valid. You can go through these experiences of feeling like things are falling apart, things are breaking apart. But what you are not allowed now to do is no longer letting that past version of you take the front seat. You are taking the front seat, you are in charge, you are in control, this new highest authentic version of you. And hence you will decide now how you think, how you speak, how you talk, how you show up in this world. You are no longer letting that past dictate your story or act like they are the main character, because they are not the main character. They are the side characters now. Being happy for you, being proud of you, cheering up for you as you lead the way. Okay. What else? And every other words every single day if you are a person. Things are yeah, this new highest authentic version of you says things and calls things out for what it is, and that is the truth, instead of putting it in a way that will make other people want to, you know, see you as on a high pedestal, or like see you like the one, or you can never make any mistake or something like that, okay? And see you as someone, okay, wait, basically what I was trying to say, this new authentic version of myself says things and call things out whenever it's disrespectful, and instead of hiding the truth or letting it suppress within me, and hence putting myself down. No, she does not betray herself to keep the peace of others. She has stopped making excuses for other people's behaviors because other people did not think twice before acting this way with her. So she has reclaimed her power by choosing to put these people on spot with their actions, with their behavior. Whether they like it or not, she will say the truth without any filters and not give a fuck about these people's judgments and opinions, because they are ultimately seeing the world and seeing you from their own lens, which again is not a burden or weight for you to carry within you, right? So you unclaim all other people's energies and judgments, which are never yours, were never yours to begin with. So you realize that people's judgments have nothing ultimately at the end of the day to do with you but themselves. So if they are jealous of your success, of the version of you that you have become now, that's a reflection of how insecure and poor their own self-concept is about themselves, for them to feel jealous instead of feeling happy and genuinely cheering you to see you win in life, because you deserve to win regardless of whatever these people have said to you. You will keep winning, baby. It's never a loss, it's always a gain for me. It's either a win or a lesson that is ultimately a win, leading me ultimately to a win. Okay, either a lesson or a growth, either a blessing, sorry, either it's a blessing for me, which is a win, or it's a lesson for me, which is ultimately leading to my growth and which ends up in me winning it. That's what I mean. You need to let other people take the responsibility for their own emotions and play their own role in their own suffering in life, right? It means, okay, I would like to end this video now. That's all. No longer me explaining anything. I have done explaining myself. Okay, I'm done. I have decided that I'm done now. Everything basically that I mostly wanted to talk about is over. So yeah, and the thing about my childhood traumatic experiences that I spoke about earlier in the previous videos, I would now prefer not to say everything, but now, right now in this video. But yes, in future surely I will make another video for that, because the video is becoming too long and then I don't have so much storage on my phone to post this all at once, right? You guys must understand that. Okay, that's it for now, I guess. See you guys. Love you guys so much. Take care. See you guys in the next video. Bye bye. Have a nice day.